Now, let us begin. Like and subscribe.
My screen lights up, but nobody's there. Your name still floats in the feed I stare. Dumb bricks and glass, like a broken bow. I keep your shadow in my pocket now. Everything, every blur pulls me under again. I can't tell the start from the place it ends. Internet dystopia, digital ghosts. Say my name slow, then you disappear most. Internet dystopia, digital ghosts. We were so alive, now we only ghosts.
We got Shoe0nHead, head on shoe. Got her head full of shoes here. Talking about how insane Democrats are. And what the Democroids party really is. And always really has been. And that's what they are now, has-beens.
So my last video was about woke one, a new phrase coined by leftists and Democrats online that is being used to distance themselves from the terrible PR disaster that was the last few years for the left in America. Nancy Pelosi kneeling in full African garb to honor George Floyd? Why, that was just woke one. And how, in my opinion, that was not woke one, and how woke one actually started in
Well, what the fuck are we talking about, woke one? Why am I hearing this everywhere all of a sudden?
2012, 2014, with Gamergate, Me Too, Tumblr era
Did this really get started because of AOC saying it?
feminism, the whole pre-Trump era wokeness, before it was even called woke. And I talked about how I don't want them to rewrite history and pretend this all started in 2020. After uploading that video on woke one, I thought I
think this shit started all the way back in the 90s, and even sooner than that.
free. That I would never have to hear the insufferable, delusional term woke one.
It was like a rumbling volcano. That was a hell of a place to pause. It's like a rumbling volcano. And finally, it's starting to ooze out, and eventually it's going to explode. But one of two things happens. One, it ends the world. Or two, it creates an island, and it gets taken over by me.
Ever again. I thought I could finally move on with my life. Yeah, I thought.
What do you make of those controversial statements I'm sure you've seen? I mean, she's, the Thanksgiving dust up, abolish prisons, abolish police.
Francesca Hong has made clear her present stances to her electorate.
Yeah, she's moved away from a lot
Right,
of that.
she's moved away from it. Of course, rhetoric in that time is not rhetoric that we would use today.
Of course it fucking is. Tell me anything, one thing that you used to say that you don't agree with now.
I have a local city councilman that has this saying, woke one was crazy.
Nope. No, they are
Now,
not.
as an ex-AOC fangirl, I feel like I am well within my rights to say, not so fast, bitch. I watched these people go from anti-establishment, fighting the man, become the most preachy, buck-broken, neutered HR department Karens in real time. I remember when she broke away from the Bernie Sanders campaign after he dared go on Joe Rogan. I watched this all happen, and I held on. I held on for a long time. Many would say too long, in fact. But this clip of AOC talking about woke one really solidified how I've been feeling for the past years. In this video, I will be responding to AOC trying to walk back woke one in what I can only assume is a desperate attempt to distance herself from the more crazy people in her movement before a future presidential. Now, while politicians are out here trying to dodge accountability for things that they've said and done, the rest of us are out here figuring out how the fuck we're gonna afford anything. People are getting squeezed from every direction. Rent costs too much, groceries cost too much, everything costs too much. At this point, I'm scared to open my wallet because I know it's gonna be empty. Actually, that's not true. It's full of random gift cards from 2011 that I've never used. I don't even know what half this stuff is. But thankfully, I have a product that can help with just that. So before we get into today's video, let's quickly...
Is that a real thing that she did? Or did she go out and buy those? Either way, it's crazy.
Give a shout out to today's sponsor, Ridge. Ridge is known for creating premium
at least it's not ground news this time.
that can hold up to 12 cards and conveniently store your cash. They're made with RFID blocking technology, which protects you from wireless identity. One of the things I love about their products is they come in so many different designs. Their store features over 30 unique colors and styles. My favorite right now is the titanium purple. I love the sleek design, and I love the very subtle purpley color. I think it's
not
gorgeous.
in my budget at the moment.
Another cool product that works well with the wallet is the Ridge Cracker Card. It's like an AirTag in the shape of a credit card. You just put it right in your wallet, and if you ever lose your wallet, you can find its location right from your phone. Plus, it charges wirelessly and can last up to 5 months on a full charge. But Ridge isn't just focused on wallets anymore.
Can it pinpoint exact location?
5-in-1
I lose my wallet a lot.
It comes with MagSafe wireless charging and even a charging pad for your Apple
Watch. The Ridge wallet.
Ridge has also created new 24-ounce water bottles. I've got the American traditional
That's
design.
not a Ridge wallet.
It's so cute.
You could probably put your money in it, though.
Retro tattoos made from double-walled stainless steel. It keeps your drink nice and cold for hours. I'm taking a trip to Italy soon, and I'm definitely going to bring the water bottle and the wireless. These will come in. I think Ridge's products are great, but don't just take my word on it. Ridge has over 100,000 5-star reviews. And now they even have something else. This year, Ridge is hosting a massive stakes, and this time 2 people. The winners get to choose from a Lamborghini Huracan Sterrato, a Hennessy Velociraptor, a Ford Bronco, or $100,000 in cash. The giveaway runs until September 8th. There are tons of ways you can enter, but you can also just enter it for free. But if you want to boost your chances, every Ridge purchase gets you additional entries. So head over to ridge.com/shoe to check out their collection and enter the 2026 sweepstakes for free using my link. Big thanks to Ridge for sponsoring this video, and thank you to the viewers.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that after this. I'm gonna write that down.
And now, back to the video. Now, before we get into the real meat of this, the real juicy, this is the politician AOC and the interviewer are talking about. Francesca Hong is a progressive DSA candidate.
I guarantee you she's a Chinese spy.
Who recently lost her primary. Francesca Hong has a few interesting tweets from 2020. Who among us? But most notably, one about wanting to cancel Thanksgiving. Cancel Thanksgiving. Should have done.
Dude, all these freaks, all these anti-American values and culture and history, freaks need to get out of the country. Deport them all.
This in 1621. If it takes a worldwide pandemic for us to realize we should stop celebrating colonialism and the original super spreader event that killed indigenous folks and women, so be it. Please don't gather for the colonizer holiday. Please do wear a mask. I forget that people actually, and it's not just like some conservative parody of liberals.
One thing that they brought up as well was a post from you in 2021.
This is why South Park doesn't work anymore. It used to be a parody of everybody, but everything's become a parody and it's become funnier than South Park. It's kind of fucked.
Where you said Americans should cancel Thanksgiving, should have done this in 1621. Do you still believe that Thanksgiving should be canceled?
I'm a chef, bringing folks around the table.
This sounds like a Simpsons episode where a politician is trying to cancel Thanksgiving.
To share conversation and build community is always a good thing.
Wait, hold on. I need to look it up.
But Thanksgiving is also a time that's incredibly painful for many people in our communities.
Don't get me wrong, I love the struggle session they're putting these candidates through, reading their old woke 1.0 tweets back at them, like a dog that peed on the carpet. What is? But the quotes and replies from like Democrats and leftists on this were even funnier. Is it so hard to just say, no, I do not want to cancel Thanksgiving? Even if you do want to, just lie? Why is she catering so hard to the fringe? Does she want to lose her election?
Hold on. I looked up Simpsons episode politician cancels Thanksgiving, and it gave me the episode you are referring to is Thanksgiving of Horror. In the segment titled The Fourth Thursday After Tomorrow, the family creates an AI version of Marge to cook Thanksgiving dinner. The AI becomes sentient, completes the meal, and then cancels Marge's Thanksgiving by accessing the internet and shutting down the event, leaving the real Marge in tears before Homer comforts her. That's kind of fucked up. Oh, this is 2019. I mean, this was kind of before the AI craze, but it was kind of a thing back then. I thought it was older than that. That's still kind of funny. Not what I was looking for.
Why can't she just lie? This woman is an optics nightmare. Just say no. Say it was a joke. Say it was woke one. Just lie, for fuck's sake. Just say no. Just lie, please. No, she shouldn't lie, and she's not trying to cater. This is what she truly believes. And the people should know exactly what she believes. She has talked about her half-white son, that he gives her, quote, proximity to whiteness.
I wasn't always aware of communities. For me, assimilation always took over. And so...
This sounds like something a Chinese spy would say.
I did marry. My proximity to whiteness continues, right? My son is biracial. He's half white.
I love the hesitation. She's like, I married my child is half white. She can't even like bring herself to say it. Activists in the streets, colonized in the sheep. Also, Francesca Hong just like hates all holidays apparently. This woman is straight up Grinch maxing. She's got a hate tweet for every fucking holiday, I swear to God. Except for Kwanzaa, of course.
Yep. I'm no doubts in my mind. I'm not saying that she actually is, but I mean, strong evidence points toward her being a Chinese spy.
Why would she hate? When asked how her long-term vision of a world without prisons would work, Hong said, "What I know is attainable, and the policies that actually meet the urgency of the moment and understanding the realities of it means we have to ensure that we're funding our local government, that we're bringing justice to victims." She added, "What may have been aspirational is not primary. What may have been..."
What the fuck? What were those words? They sounded really juicy, but I don't know what... She didn't say anything.
Aspiration. So it's still an aspiration. It's still a goal. It's just not the primary one. Interesting. Also, her opponent said this.
People try to call me the establishment. I look at the slur, particularly as an African-American candidate.
So, cancel Thanksgiving or establishment is a racist slur. Your Democratic Party, sir. Anyway, my point is, Francesca Hong's old tweets about defunding the police and whiteness and Thanksgiving, they were being all hand-waved away by AOC as just simply being woke one.
Woke one was crazy.
Woke one was crazy. But if you said woke one was crazy during woke one, you are a racist fascist.
She sounds more like a chicken than I do.
Nazi. The citation of woke 1.0 or woke 1 is now a common shorthand among parts of the online left to describe and distance themselves from what they view as a more dated or inconvenient aspects of the impassioned social justice activism they participated in during the late 2010s and
they're trying to cover it up. They're trying to sweep it under the rug.
Early 2020s. In 2021, Chai Osi,
the internet doesn't forget though,
campaigning for New York City Council, tweeted, "A cis white man should not be the next speaker of the council." When a critic of his on X unearthed that old post earlier this year, Ose, now a council member, gave a pit response. Woke one was crazy. We all got a bit crazy back then. We did some jello shots.
Yeah, it was fucking insane is what it was. And it still is, because they didn't stop.
And got on the bar and took off our tops and burned the city down and got people fired from their jobs for having opinions Obama had 15 years ago. You can't spend like 10 years bullying people into the most retarded asocial political opinions under the coercion of
bullying. People died. There were riots. There were cities burned to the ground. Well, not entire cities, but you know, I'm exaggerating a little bit.
Social ostracization.
But it still happened a lot, and it should have happened zero.
Or getting fired from their job, then turn around and just be like, that just happened. My career for like a decade has been calling this out, has been trying to tell the left.
People were locked in their homes. Businesses shut down. A whole economic crisis.
And the Democratic Party that this woke was toxic and would drive people away from them. And for 10 years, I was called a racist, sexist, pick-me, fascist, Nazi,
And now all the industries that adopted all of the woke bullshit are collapsing. That's probably why everybody's jumping off, saying it was crazy. Now everything's becoming Muslim. So we're going to start pandering to Muslims and the Muslim Brotherhood. That's a real thing.
An ism under the sun, and now they're just conceding to that and acting like it never happened, and you just expect us to what, move on? I've been like a dog chasing a car, and I finally got the car, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, first of all, why as a Democratic politician would you say this? You're basically saying like, yeah, MAGA was right, we were crazy. Like, okay, what else are they right about then? Even from like an AOC fan point of view, this just makes her look completely unserious and makes like the progressive movement look completely unserious, which it is. Why should anyone trust a politician who can get swept up in mass hysteria so easy? How can I trust that won't happen again? How can I trust in 5 years from now, you won't just call whatever it is you're advocating for now woke 2 and dismiss it as crazy? Free Palestine. Woke 2 was crazy. Like, what do you believe in? Could you imagine Republic January 6th 1 week? Basically, I said this all on Twitter and people were like already making videos of it. AOC panics after Shoe0nHead calls her. Like, that didn't even happen. Like, I don't think AOC even knows I exist. I love the thumbnail on this one. Shoe bitch slaps AOC. Who the fuck is this? Is that is that Shoe bitch? Ah yes, the infamous notorious Shoe bitch going around slapping
that's
women.
Pretty good.
Every time I log onto YouTube, I'm destroying and slapping and finishing on people. If you didn't know who I was, you would think I was some like psychopathic rapist.
No, you should see the thumbnails that I made for her.
And then you click on the video and it's just like, I posted a tweet. Anyway, back to the point. When a citizen changes their mind on something, that's totally normal, that's totally natural. Many things can happen in the span of years that can change your mind on something. It's perfectly normal to evolve and grow. And it's fine if you're a politician and you change your mind on something, but, and this is a big but, this is a...
They did not change their minds. Not one bit. They just moved on to different talking points. They still believe the same shit.
Fat ass. If you're a politician and you change your mind on something, I want to know exactly why you changed your mind. When you changed your mind. Be transparent. What about woke 1 really?
I don't think they would be politicians in the positions that they are now if they were honest about how they got there and all of the choices they're making to get them to that position. Because honestly, it's not about the words that come out of their mouth to the public. It's about the handshakes that they do behind the scenes.
Woke don't you agree with anymore? Why didn't the interviewer ask AOC that question? Like, what was crazy about woke?
Yeah, because she's in on it too. She knows exactly what's going on. She's on social media. It's a mind virus. You can tell what's happening.
1. Trans women are women, DEI, white privilege, defund the police, the Green New Deal, like what? What? Tell us. What? Tell the class. I've talked about this a few times in a few videos, but one example of me changing my mind, I was way more critical of these back in like 2020. Borderline ACAB. I was also single, depressed, living in my parents' basement, smoking weed every day, but I'm sure that had nothing to do with it.
I was always on the refund the police train. I like change the way we give them money and what we give them money for, rebuild it from the ground up. That was always what I was on board with, and still am. I never changed on that position. I think we do need to at least take a look at different methods that are less surveillance state and dystopia.
Tell you that moving from the suburbs to the city, taking public transportation, having a kid, seeing firsthand how bad things are and how bad things can get, actually experiencing the world outside of my bubble is what changed my mind on that topic and a whole bunch of other topics. So I want to know, AOC and other politicians, what about woke 1 do you disagree with now? What's sad is if this was like 5 years ago, I'd be like, hell yeah, AOC has finally seen the light. Woke is bad, so true. Now we can get real things done, comrade. But it's not 5 years ago. I'm a grown-up now, and this is extremely pathetic. As a politician, you need to be transparent. I'm gonna bird hands at you. Be transparent. The people who act like we need to be apologizing for shit our ancestors did 400 years ago, acting like 2020 never happened. I'm not buying it, sorry. These issues were fucking like existential to these people a few years ago, and now it's just like, no big deal. It was just a phase.
That's because they did a bunch of evil shit and they don't want people to know about it. So they're like, oh, let's just move on. Let's just move on, do new things. We've got different problems now that they're pretty much causing all of.
I'm just a silly...
And siding with the people that cause the rest of the problems. Like the terrorists.
30-year-old teenage politician. My concern isn't really that Democrats are admitting this stuff was wrong and deeply unpopular. My concern is I don't see anything preventing from that happening again. There's literally some assemblywoman in Brooklyn right now running on some woke 1-ass shit as we speak, talking about how stealing should be legal, actually. No one should be arrested, much less jailed, for stealing a tube of toothpaste. Incarceration separates people from their jobs, support service, and loved ones. Perpetuates
I've stolen shit. I've been caught. I served my sentences. Well, I didn't really get sentenced. I got community service and a fine. That was only once. I got caught trespassing a couple times. But still, like, man, you fuck up, you fuck up. Don't steal shit. People think that the grocery store is the only way to get food.
Cycle of poverty and crime, no matter how much fear-mongering the right-wing media does. These people aren't stealing toothpaste because they have to brush their teeth. These people are stealing things in bulk to sell on Facebook Marketplace. We have food banks, food stamps, charity for poor people who can't actually afford toothpaste.
I don't think that we should have any of that.
If I could go back in time and tell my one thing,
I think we should, like, oh, if you're hungry, we will supply some services that will allow you to have your own food supply. But we don't do that. Instead, we spend all of that money that we could be using on that on just giving people bullshit. Free bullshit. Instead of just making people do it themselves. It's insane.
It would be, criminals are not Aladdin. Criminals are not Aladdin. Criminals are not Aladdin! And it would make everyone's lives incredibly easier if there was actually some deterrent against crime. Yes. Otherwise, what's the point? Why should anyone go to work and spend their hard-earned money when we can just steal? Crime is legal now. Laws. Drunk driving is not—
Whoa, it's the purge 24/7. What is that, the forever purge? Yeah, no thank you.
illegal on stolen land. I don't think they understand just how
If it actually was the purge, it won't be the purge for very long, because we all know who would actually win that battle.
Incomprehensible some of their worldview actually is.
So if my daughter is assaulted and raped, is there any agency that would seek to find her assailant and bring him to justice?
Of course, yeah, of course.
What would it be if not police, and where would he be if not a jail?
So I guess I really want to avoid getting kind of caught into these hypotheticals and talk more about the reality that we're actually facing right now, which is that we're spending absolutely outrageous amounts of money on police and policing.
What hypothetical? That's the entire idea. That's the entire policy, and you can't explain it? Abolish prisons. Where do the bad people go? I don't know. Like, yeah, okay. In a functioning society, people like that would be forced to dig ditches in a work camp forever. Useless. Sorry, I'm chutting out so hard in this video. I'm in my luteal phase. I have a fucking pimple. I have a pimple. For the first time in like 15 years, I'm stressing out so hard. What the f? Anyway, despite the Republicans completely dropping the ball right before midterms, surprise! War in the Middle East forever! The sudden walk—
Yeah, this is why I fucking hate everybody. People think that I am just against the leftoids. They're just the loudest. I'm also shitting on the Republicans for doing absolutely fucking nothing except for things that have nothing to do with me.
Back about Woke 1 clearly shows the Democrats are still struggling with PR. If only there was some sort of left-wing Joe Rogan.
People think I'm the king of Woke 1.0.
Oh, no. I can't escape him.
Mr. Radlib, right? I never was. I have a pretty open mind to unlimited progress, but I also understand how people operate. Like I never did the Latinx thing. Like I have been dark woke before dark woke was invented.
What dark woke?
Like, this is the headquarters of—
What is dark woke? Is that what you call it whenever you support terrorism and shock your dog?
Of dark woke.
Not the dude who called me emo, calling himself dark woke. What the actual f is dark woke?
What is dark woke?
Gay
Dark woke
shit.
is just
Democrats hold
are
on.
just
Yeah, gay.
as woke as we were in Woke 1.0. The messaging is what's important. It is aggressive.
The entire—
Yeah, now they have to be more aggressive, like they weren't already supporting assassination and October 7th and all things like that.
The idea of dark woke seems to be that regular woke was too polite and too wholesome.
Dark woke for me is we are fighting for good and for equality and for social justice for everybody, but we don't mind saying F you.
Dark woke, get it? It's like woke, we're mean. You already are mean! That's why people hated you! You were finger-wagging, morally righteous woke scolds. The problem was never that the left was insufficiently mean online. God forbid someone say the wrong word, liked the wrong tweet, or failed to participate in the latest virtue signal humiliation ritual. And I'm sorry, can we just go back to that Hassan clip real quick?
I have a pretty open mind to unlimited progress.
What the f does unlimited progress mean?
It means he's wanting to bring about the end of the world.
Considering these guys think
because he's a demon. And he probably doesn't even realize it, because demons are stupid. They don't have brains to think with because God didn't give them that.
Progress is like a literal linear line where just more and more people get rights. So like what the f does that mean? Pedophile rights, zoophile rights? What unlimited progress are we talking about here, buddy? Because that sounds pretty woke to me. We did so much progress to the gender discussion. We somehow looped back around to little boys liking pink means they're gay. But wokely, no son of mine is gonna play with Barbie.
That would be insane because I had a little girlfriend who wasn't really my girlfriend, but kind of as far as a girlfriend could go for a 5-year-old. And I was playing with her Barbies. I liked the color pink. I'm definitely not gay. Definitely. I promise. I did. 100%. Okay, moving on.
Barbies? That must mean he's a girl. You people are lost in the sauce.
His top aide, Sia Weaver, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over and impoverish the white middle class.
Beast mode. I love her so much. One of the things about Zoran is that
You're gay!
People surrounding him oftentimes are so much cooler than he is.
I like how in the video he defends
There's the
himself
other
from
one.
people
That's the one that I meant to hit. I got more than one gay button.
criticizing that clip. He's like, guys, come on, it was just a joke, guys, come on. In the description of that video, he's like, anti-white racism, which doesn't exist.
What was my other one? Let's see.
Soulful bitch!
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Definitely not woke one. Alright, buddy. Sorry. It's so hard not to just make the entire video clowning on that goofball. Like, bro was in a suit at a pool. The man is a cartoon character. I don't want to make videos about Hassan Piker.
I really need to set up the memes because I got some memes too. I got some meme videos that I can use, but I don't have them set up to buttons, and I don't have a way to remember because there's a lot of them. Probably do that for the next episode.
But you can't fucking escape him nowadays because the media won't shut the fuck up about him. Fox News is just hyper-focusing on him every single day to go after the Democrats because I guess they have nothing else. And then the response to all the Hassan stuff coming out on the right, coming out on Fox News, is then like left-wing journalists making more puff pieces.
Just deport him! That's all they need to say. They just need to start talking about deporting him, and that's it. And then he will get deported because Trump will actually listen. And I saw that Trump actually mentioned that he said that Americans deserve 9/11, and that's fucking insane. Just support him. He knows about Hassan Piker. What are we doing? I feel like we're doing nothing.
Taking more photo shoots of Hassan in his mansion, and all these outlets calling him like a terrorist and a communist just makes him sound way more important and like way cooler than he actually is. Nothing hurts this dude more than reminding him that he is literally just a Twitch streamer. I don't want the focus of American politics to center around a f***ing Twitch streamer. Like, I don't understand the media's obsession with this guy, but at the same time, I don't think Hassan is the best wagon to hitch yourself to if you're the Democratic Party. There are other internet celebrities on the left you could do that with. Like, God, the left really has nobody. No, he's a sex
Yeah, that's it.
No, Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's gotta be someone with way less baggage than Hassan Piker. Like, why don't you hitch your wagon to someone like that? Instead of Hassan, who, every time he's rightfully criticized, hides behind how he just wants to give us help.
I don't think that retards actually know how to use the internet. That's why there's not very many prominent left-wing creators, honestly. I've see a lot of people that have the left-wing views who are creators, and holy shit. You get people like QT Cinderella and all that crowd. Ludwig. Jellywig.
Death to the West! Let the streets run with their capitalist blood! Whoa, dude, you're making us look. Oh, I'm just a little healthcare boy! You wouldn't criticize a little healthcare boy now, would you? I don't care any.
But I'm also white. Muslim sometimes. Only when it matters, only when it counts.
More. I wash my hands of this. There's gonna be like 25 videos uploaded after. Shoe0nHead bends Hassan over and and
Oh, it's gonna be way more than 25.
Great. Can't wait. Remember that big study we talked about that was done after the Democrats lost the election that showed the most popular Democrat positions were things related to economic issues, and the least popular policies were things like abolish the police, abolishing prisons, and open border policy? People don't f***ing want to abolish the police.
You know what? That's it. I'm starting my own party. We're the Folly Party. Join the Folly Party. Links down in the description.
do not want to abolish prisons. They don't want to talk about whiteness or whatever the talk to actual workers about them. Like, talk to actual blue-collar workers. They hate this shit, and they hate you. They hate you because you suck, but they also hate you because you hate them. Like I said 500 billion times before, more people would be on board with what the left was saying, or at least, like, sit down and listen to you if you dropped the gay race Marxist bullshit. How do I know this? The DSA and the left and the Democrats, they have to distance them from the goofy, destructive, identity politics, asocial bullshit. And in order to do that, you actually have to mean it, not just laugh it off. But I don't think they can, because this stuff is just so deeply ingrained in socially progressive politics.
Yeah, they're delusional and deranged and evil. They don't like good things. They only like all of the wrong, bad things. How about that? And on the other side, you got people who say they don't like all of the wrong, bad things, but still indulge, and then they don't do anything about it. But they're damn well gonna say they're gonna do something about it, and they'll hint that maybe, oh, maybe, someday we might do something. Oh, time's up. Time for the new president. Nothing was done.
A lot of this stuff isn't woke one. It's just part of dismantling whiteness and the patriarchy, destroying hierarchies, subverting norms, or whatever the That cancel Thanksgiving tweet wasn't just some, like, silly haha woke one bullshit. But you know, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is what I've been asking for a decade. Maybe this is a new era for the Democrats. Could AOC actually have... Yes, it's totally possible, yes. AOC and I are like the same age. She's like a year older than me. She's still pretty young. 35 is young, right? It's not...
He could be the president. Just think about that. President bartender.
Impossible that in her time being a politician, her mind has changed on a few. But it lines up suspiciously well with a run for president in 2020. So forgive me if I'm a little bit old. I see a lot of Republicans online like,
oh God, please, yes. Oh, please do it. Especially if they're running against Marcus Rubius and the other guy, J.D. Vance.
Do it, AOC. Run for president. Don't get too cocky. You may be surprised. The American people are an enigma, and we might see a pretty big pendulum swing. As hard as it is for some...
I don't care. I'd love to fucking see it, dude. AOC for president. Let's fucking go.
Hyper-partisan brained people to hear.
God damn it. I fucking hate them all. Because I don't even think Marcus Rubius and J.D. Vance will actually do anything except for geopolitical nonsense. Which is fine, but do some shit over here in America. Nothing that I want done is being done. I mean, we get some deportations, but I want places like Dearborn cleaned up. I basically want the Crusades to happen. Is what I want. Pete Hegseth for president.
Not everyone voting for these DSA candidates are like...
Yeah, I ain't fucking voting for nobody. Fuck them all.
Like crazy commie. Just like not everyone who voted for MAGA in 2016 when Trump promised to bring jobs back and remember the forgotten man and whatever. Those people weren't Nazis. When people can't afford...
Yeah, vote for me for president whenever I become old enough. I'm still but a child. Not quite old enough to be president. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Afford a house, a car, to get married, to have kids. You cannot be shocked when they start looking for options outside of the... Huey Long, one of my favorite politicians, believed that if people had their needs met and were content and happy and had jobs and could feed their families, communism or fascism would never come to America because people would have...
It's already here. What do you mean? You're allowed to be communist, but you gotta be communist in your own little bubble. It's fine as long as you don't get out of that bubble. It's like, we don't want Amish to take over, but we can allow Amish communities. It's fine. Like, what the fuck is the problem? Why are we trying to make the whole country one thing? It should be everything.
No reason to revolt or want those. They would be happy with what they had. He believed that extreme economic inequality created political instability. And as the economy continues to end wages and retards like Dan Crenshaw respond to these issues.
Honestly, I fucking hate the economy. What is the economy for? Buying chairs? Buying screens? I'm staring at like 10 peripherals that are just pieces of plastic, you know? Tables that I got from Amazon. I mean, like, I bought these years and years ago. I still have them. I made sure that I was getting the best shit. People used to make their own chairs, their own tables. They used to have their own food. I'm currently at that position in life, and I'm very thankful. But holy shit, I think everybody needs to have this mindset. where you don't have to just order a new table on Amazon because your old shitty table broke. Find somebody who makes tables, or learn how to make tables. You know what I mean? I'm not even just talking about tables. I'm talking about literally anything.
With basically let them eat ramen, we are going to see people moving to all different directions. Personally, until there's a Democratic Party that isn't prisoner to identity politics or isn't completely cucked by race grievance, I'm not a Democrat. And until there's a Republican Party that actually cares about workers and isn't completely in foreign country, I'm not a Republican. I'm trying to look like Hassan. I look like a f***ing femboy. Wait, hold on. Hi, my name is Sock.
I'm a Folly. What the fuck are we watching?
Look like I would be groomed on what the actual...
She looks like Alice from Twilight.
Alright, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this. In conclusion, I do not like seeing politicians run from accountability. I like transparency. If you change your mind on something, tell me why. This woke 1, woke 2 is a headache. I am done with it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there's a chance AOC is being genuine? Are you willing to believe politicians who...
I think she's genuine and she changed her talking points, but she still believes all of the same bullshit from woke 1.
have said they've changed their mind on things. Have you changed your mind?
They've just changed their approach. Kinda. It's still the same bullshit. We know what they're doing. Because they're always gonna pick the evil option.
On things since like 2020? If so, what? If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, please consider donating to my Patreon, link down below. All patrons get every single video a day early with no censors, no bleeps, totally raw. Also, I'm doing Patreon only live streams now. I'm planning the next one very soon, so
Cool, awesome. Patreon, go to her thing if you're on Patreon. Or go to my thing too, even though I don't have anything set up yet. I also have Patreon. Not linked down in the description. Well, it is in my link tree. Whatever.
What a wild ride it's been.
So, the Lego scandal, the Bricks and Minifigs situation finally comes to an end. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. I don't think they're going to be able to get out of this. I don't think they're coming back from this.
What a wild ride it's been, huh? Incredible journey. Not too dissimilar from Brendan Fraser taking that trip to the center of the earth. Just look at us, you and me. Look at how much we've grown. Not physically, I've already maxed prestige on height, but emotionally, we've come so far. Bonded like brothers, only closer. Through our Bricks and Minifigs Lego scandal. And now,
it sure has
the
been
train
an
is reaching
adventure.
its station. Much to the chagrin of Ava McNeff, who's the primary clown at the center of the Bricks and Minifigs circus. No doubt he's soiling his diaper in a tearful tantrum over this having to be the path that they walk. There's two things Ammon hates, and it's shaving his mustache and reaching a resolution with the people that him and his company have wronged. And unfortunately, he's had to do one of the two. So they have publicly announced the resolution with the Mansell family, which is the family that started all this, where they brought in a very valuable Lego collection and everything went tits up. And this has led to a huge avalanche that is just torpedoed Bricks and Minifigs, and all of it very...
Yeah, I don't think it's over yet. I think there's still people that are trying to investigate them because they still are doing shady shit. It's not like all the shady shit that they did has gone away.
Avoidable. This was all easily preventable from their side if they had just been more willing to work with the family.
They were just running a shitty fucking scheme over there, man. That's all it was. And they got caught by the internet.
And then, even by extension, working with the people that were investigating it, like Reckless Ben and everything, but they refused, they dug their heels in, they kept looking like fucking idiots every step of the way, caught in numerous lies. Ava McNeff went on more podcasts than fucking Gary Vee.
I'm pretty sure what they were doing is they were capturing businesses. Like, they would have people open up franchises, and then they'd be like, oh, well, you suck, so we're gonna take over now. And basically, they get a free business that they get to run.
Like, he was going everywhere and just constantly embarrassing himself. So, Bricks and Minifigs' reputation circled the shitter. They've really torpedoed the brand, and it's just been a catastrophe for them. So, with their back up against the wall, dick in hand, they finally decided to do what they should have done from the very beginning, and actually reaching a resolution with the Mansell family through, or for what happened through Bricks and Minifigs here. And I am confident this is the last thing Ava McNeff wanted. Like, actually the very last thing. He tried everything else. I wouldn't be surprised if he started getting into voodoo magic, performing rituals on minifigs of Reckless Ben and Brian Mansell directly, like poking needles in. But none of it worked. So now they finally compensated.
None of it worked.
Self-a-bish!
Oh yeah, self-a-bish.
The Mansell family for all this hoopla, and they've publicly released a statement going over it, talking about their amicable resolution of a private dispute relating to the Mansell family's Lego Star Wars collection. The thing goes on to point the finger at the previous owners of that Oregon store as like the main culprit for everything that went wrong. They kind of just run the bus over them there. This settlement agreement is a compromise of disputed claims. It's not an admission of liability, wrongdoing, or unlawful conduct by BAM, the Mansells, or any other released party. Mansells confirmed they've been compensated by BAM for the losses associated with the consignment arrangement and thus are releasing all their legal claims against BAM, its leadership, Baker Salem, Josh Johnson, Brandon Best, or any current Bricks and Minifigs franchisee. BAM, the McNeffs, Baker Salem, Josh Johnson, and Brandon Best likewise will dismiss their lawsuits against Brian Mansell. Which, that's great news because they did have Brian Mansell named in a very chunky, really spicy piece of legislation that would have just only further fuckified them, even though they are victims of this whole case here. So it's good that those have now been dismissed. Through the exchange of records and information during the legal and mediation process, parties developed a more complete understanding of what occurred. The underlying dispute arose from a consignment contract between the Mansell family and the Salem Kaiser Oregon store. BAM, Baker Salem, Josh Johnson, and Brandon Best were not parties to it. The Mansell's losses arose in part from the scale, accounting, storage, and disposition of inventory by the former operator of the store. So they're really wiggling the finger at the Gormans. It's all their fault. It all stems from them.
Yeah, and you know what I gotta say to that?
You're gay!
You're gay!
You're gay!
They caused all of this. Boo! Boo! And from CoffeeZilla's reporting, it does seem very clear that how they handled the inventory here on this collection was suboptimal and very weird and questionable, and it did create the problems in a large capacity. But that's not...
The only thing that they're focused on was making money. That's the only thing that they were focused on. All of the little cracks in between they weren't focusing on, and they knew there were problems, and once people went to go digging, they played stupid.
Not the only piece that...
Which is a good plan, I guess, when you don't know what the fuck is going on. Just be stupid, because they are stupid.
Led to this being such a disaster. It's how Bricks and Minifigs handled it after that mistake. And, to be fair, the Gormans on camera were even mentioning when they were being taken over, hey, we have this inventory, we gotta make sure that he's compensated and all of that. And that just kind of fell on deaf ears. And then there was a lot, like, yes...
They were trying to bureaucratically steal this guy's shit.
They do bear a lot of responsibility.
And they bureaucratically steal people's businesses.
For how things unfold. Like, that is true. They did not handle the inventory properly, and it led to a lot of confusion and a lot of things falling through the cracks. But it's not like they're the only party at blame here for what happened to this Lego Star Wars collection. Bricks and Minifigs was completely just off their fucking gourd throughout this entire case. Like, even outside of, like, the reckless bin coverage, from everything else that had been brought up, like, from Mansell to the corporation and everything.
Yeah, there's just, like, all of the other shows that dude went on. What was his name? Eamon. The shows that he was going on, doing interviews with news shows and shit, going on podcasts. Like, what the fuck was all of that?
It was just ridiculous off rip and very combative and aggressive from that corporation. And then they got caught in so many lies. Like, there are so many things they lied about that there's even footage contradicting, proving them incorrect, and then they just changed their story. They're like, oh yeah, so yep, you're right. So that's not real. So here's the new story. And it's like, it's crazy. So yes, it is irrefutable that previous leadership of that store is what started this, and it wasn't handled the right way. But Bricks and Minifigs also bears a huge responsibility for how messy all of it got. I think
the whole thing just needs to crumble. Just to shut the whole thing down.
Absurd that they're going to solely put the blame on previous leadership at the store when a lot more went wrong than just that. This was something that could have been solved privately, quietly, peacefully. It never needed to blow up into some shit like this. That is entirely on Bricks and Minifigs, the corporation, like the headquarters.
Yeah, like I was saying the whole time, they could have done an event and raised the money to give to the dude and like really played up the fact that they were, poor and sick.
orders, the think tank there, that is on their shoulder. All of that financial blood is on their hands.
And like a lifetime collector of Lego. Like, come on. The writing was right there on the paper. You just didn't read it. Just like they didn't read the contract.
Like, their reputation ate shit because of their behavior. As part of the settlement, Brian Mansell has assigned to BAM his claims under the original consignment contract. BAM may elect to pursue these claims against those responsible. The Mansells have agreed to provide relevant records in support of BAM's claims. The parties believe this places responsibility for remedying any remaining fault with the appropriate parties. BAM recognizes that the Mansell family experienced a genuine loss, prolonged uncertainty, and considerable frustration after the original contract was not properly administered by the former operator of the store and during the transition from the former operator to the replacement franchisees. I like how they're like, oh, this must have been so frustrating for them. It was so drawn out and uncertain. That's on you guys. It's not like that was a Mansell family that was deciding to, like, fucking, leave this out to dry.
You're gay!
That was entirely on you. And it's like, man, that must have been frustrating for them, huh? And then, of course, they're like, yep, it wasn't properly administered from previous owners to the replacements, even though, again, it is on camera, her alerting them to this consignment, like, and what is there, and it's never got taken care of or addressed or anything. BAM regrets that it did not more quickly access information necessary to understand and resolve the matter. BAM has issued an unqualified apology to the Mansell family for the losses and pain suffered from the events surrounding the dispute.
That's a really convoluted and lawyer-speak way of saying, we're retarded and we fucked up.
The parties recognize that many Bricks and Minifigs franchises and employees had no involvement in surrounding this dispute and hope that this resolution brings closure to everyone affected and all may return to their normal business activities and personal lives.
Nope. Guess what?
Soulful bitch!
This is gonna go on forever, probably, until they crumble. And then we'll all celebrate.
Yeah. Bricks and Minifigs is desperately hoping that this is something that can just blow over and they all just move on from and people continue to do business with Bricks and Minifigs. I still wouldn't. Like, yeah, they eventually did this. So many months later. It took so long, like pulling teeth. Such a painful, drawn out, and terrifying experience for the Mansell family. Keep in mind, Bricks and Minifigs had them on the fucking meat hooks. They had them dangling by the beef curtains there. They had them named in a lawsuit all just because they were victims of Bricks and Minifigs fucking them. So, like, that's entirely on Bricks and Minifigs, and that showcases that the company is not very trustworthy. So if you are someone that wants to do business with Bricks and Minifigs and you have a problem, you best start praying for a miracle. Because now you've got a huge issue. Bricks and Minifigs won't help you. You're shit out of luck. And not only will they not help you, they'll even be like a fucking obstacle. They'll be your worst enemy, even if you are the victim of something that has gone wrong in their pipeline. That is not a brand that I would ever feel comfortable doing business. So, like, yes, they have finally done the right thing here with compensating the Mansell family, but they've only done it after a nationwide mainstream coverage for over 2 months now of everyone shining the spotlight on this, everyone talking about it, and now at the very end they've decided to do what they should have done from the very beginning if this was a company of integrity. So, like, it doesn't instill confidence in this brand.
Yeah, they kind of just did it because they had no other option. And if there were other options, and the option was to fuck over everybody and make the most money possible and get away with it, that's the option that they're going to pick. But that wasn't one of the options.
At least not in my eyes. And I hope people won't just be blinded by that, like, oh, look, see, they finally did it, so now everything's good. It's still inexcusable the way they've behaved publicly and what they've tried to do to, like, the Mansell family, like, in that lawsuit. Like, it's ridiculous. The family was the one that was wronged, and yet they were still further victimized directly by Bricks and Minifigs attacking them personally and publicly. Keep in mind, they would come out publicly and besmirch them. The company would. It's ridiculous. So I don't think it actually salvages Bricks and Minifigs' reputation, but it is
definitely
nice
not.
that at least
they're so done.
The Mansell family is finally getting.
They'll probably get some passersby to be like, oh, what's this place? But like when it comes to nationwide appeal, it ain't happening. I don't think that Lego's going to partner with them. I don't think any big box store is going to partner with them because they're just going to get annihilated by the droves of people that are just going to be like, hey, isn't this that one company that ripped off that old guy for $200,000? Isn't this the Reckless Ben company?
compensation for what happened. It shouldn't have been this difficult. It really shouldn't have. Now, while this chapter in the book has been closed, there are still others that are open, like the Gorman's lawsuit against some minifigs. That one is still ongoing and seemingly unaffected by this settlement here.
What about the corruption of the police department and the Mormon mafia?
So I guess we'll see what else continues to happen. Of course, there's still a lot more going on with Bricks and Minifigs, but this is at least a nice tidbit of resolution where the Mansell family is receiving compensation now. I'm very curious what's going to happen next in the Bricks and Minifigs saga here, because like I said, we are in the end game. Like, things are really accelerating now.
Is there going to be a sequel?
So I guess we'll see, but anyway, just wanted to give you the little update here. That's really about it. So, yeah.
I had a crazy thought that one day in the future he might be watching this. So Tucker, 10 years down the road.
Oh, we're all watching all the time.
Watching this, what do you want him to know? That was cool at some point.
You're gay!
So, do you guys remember
You're
Chris
gay!
Tyson, Ava? Chris Tyson? Possibly one of the hottest women of all time. Top 5 baddies, if you ask me.
And now I'm teleported into like a different world. And you're on the carousel?
About a year or two ago, they got exposed
thank God
for
we got
being
Halo gameplay.
creepy. And this was when they were transitioning.
I didn't want to be looking at Chris Tyson clips the whole time.
And he was posting, at the time he was a he, but now it's a she, so I don't know what I should say. Chris Tyson was posting weird pics of his kid, and some Discord DMs came out showing how degenerate he was. And I don't know how many of you guys remember this, but at the time, there was this YouTuber that goes by SunnyV2 who made a video saying,
"Oh man, SunnyV2, please come back to us. How long has it been?
This will hurt MrBeast," something along those lines. And when it came out, it was extremely controversial. Sonny was right, and you had stupid idiots like Ludwig and Hassan and others be like, well, this isn't fair to say. How dare you say this? And MrBeast was crying about it. He was like, oh, leave him alone. They're my best friend. And it turned out that SunnyV2 was right. I remember when I talked about the situation, I was like, yeah, I agree with Sunny. Maybe not on this, but on this. And I remember at the time, I did get a little bit of pushback. SunnyV2 was right about MrBeast, and SunnyV2 was right about Chris Tyson.
But in April of 2023, Chris publicly announced for the first time that he'd been on HRT, and the results were immediate.
I started taking HRT, and I was amazed. After 2-3 weeks, I just started having a mental clarity that it felt like a fog that had been around me just went away.
However, Chris, or well, Ava's announcement was met with mixed reception. However, instead of focusing on why Sunny made the video, people focused on his comments about Chris's personal choices.
I feel like the implication of that sentence is go back. Actually, don't explore what makes you happy. Don't do what you want to do.
My thing is, do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting other people.
No, I disagree. No, deport them. Deport them all. If they're weird, get them out.
In Chris's situation, or Ava's situation, dude, you're harming your wife. You're legitimately leaving your wife and your...
Take no chances.
...kid to pursue this thing that, if you want to pursue, that's fine. In my opinion, shouldn't you, at least experiment before you have a kid and a wife? Depend on you before you leave them to go with your new partner? That, to me, was the part that
I think the trans ideology is a degeneracy, and that it needs to be abolished. We need to get rid of it.
I think I and a lot of other people had an issue with. Bro legitimately abandoned his wife.
If somebody else wants to take them off our hands, they can do that. I'm not saying execute them or anything. That would be crazy.
Opinion, if you had thoughts like these, for many years, as he claims, in my opinion, he should have experimented first before getting married and having a kid. This is impacting your wife, well, your former wife, and your kid as well, and how people will treat your kid.
Don't explore what makes you happy. Don't do what you want to do.
Oh
And this,
my God!
Of course, brought Sunny a ton
I hate hearing him speak.
of backlash. Not surprised that Sunny V2, a person who profits off ishing on other people at their lowest points, posted another video with an ish take, including from MrBeast himself. This is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare, he's my friend.
Well, that aged poorly.
All this transphobia is starting to piss me off, and he wasn't the only one who thought Sunny's video was transphobic.
These are people just being
oh my God, transphobic.
Stop talking!
I hate it so much.
Extremely transphobic and disgusting.
All this hate started a campaign against Sonny as more and more videos showed up exposing
I'm transseptic. These people make me sick.
his biases towards sensitive topics. Despite the overwhelming negative attention, some people defended Sonny, saying he was allowed to voice his opinions. However, allegations of him being transphobic had been bubbling for some time. It all started when Sonny defended MrBeast for making this joke.
I was actually born a tank, but sadly it wasn't one of our 52 genders.
And if we take the joke and rank it on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being least offensive and 10 being most offensive, it probably wouldn't even hit 1 on the scale.
How the fuck is it? It's so funny looking back at how people were pissed off at the slightest fucking things. Just
Yeah, back in Woke 1. Or is that before Woke 1? When did Woke actually start? I think we all know.
years ago. Do I think this joke makes Sonny V2
Woke 1 did not start in 2020. That shit's stupid.
transphobic? No. People were fucking reaching, and you have NPCs such as Ludwig and his son and others being like, oh, this is disgusting. How can you say this?
You're gay! You're gay!
This is so wrong. Going by what people were saying at the time, do I think this makes Sonny V2 transphobic? No. If you get offended at helicopter jokes in 2023 or 2026, you gotta go outside, get off Discord, get off Tumblr, get off Twitter, and talk to real human beings. Because no one in real life who's a decent human gets offended at helicopter jokes. Now, sure, one could be like, yeah, that's not funny, and that's valid. I personally don't think it's that funny. Like, yeah, identify as a helicopter. I mean, I've heard this for like 10 years now, so it's not really that funny. But it's one thing to be unfunny, and it's one thing to be offensive and transphobic. And if we're going to talk about how offensive this is a 0. Giving a half a point or 1 would be pretty generous. Internet was so different in 2023. Holy.
MrBeast's position would only get worse as more evidence of Ava talking inappropriately with minors came out, which turned some people's attention away from Ava and towards MrBeast. The controversy was massive, and Ava tried to clear the situation on X, saying that her past tweets and actions were just edgy
I need a wood chipper button. Yeah, I need to write that down.
jokes, and that she had decided to step away from the MrBeast company for good. However, MrBeast was facing a PR disaster as people were alleging that YouTube was age restricting any videos that mentioned Ava's past to help save their golden child's reputation. But eventually, MrBeast did provide more clarification on the situation. Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts.
So, Sonny V2 was right. Chris Tyson actually
I also need a bullshit button.
Ended up being the biggest nightmare for MrBeast. I get it, he's your friend and you want to defend him. To some extent, I respect that. You know, he's been your friend for multiple years. He was your first subscriber. You love him, or her, I guess. In the timeline, now it's a her. I get that, but at some point, gotta know, hey, yeah, I probably should defend this. Should probably either address it or just shut the fuck up and move the fuck on. But I mean, if the evidence is stacking up, just walk away. Just be like, I see. Well, I gotta go now. I think MrBeast was pretty cringe and a little performative when it comes to how he handled some of the situation.
Yeah, didn't he also say that he's a Christian? I don't think a Christian could actually be, like, best friends with a creepy weirdo like that who is obsessed with porn.
To some extent, I understand where he's coming from. But yeah, it's a little weird when you're...
Especially with pedophilic tendencies. Like, come on.
The biggest content creator on YouTube, and you make content for essentially little kids, and you're promoting this disgusting freak that is Chris Tyson, and you constantly promote him in your videos. Yeah, I understand why people will find that weird.
I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. And the results of this investigation alleged that there was nothing wrong happening at the company, which got MrBeast a ton of backlash for obvious reasons. No way. The guys you paid found you innocent. While MrBeast did remove
We investigated ourselves and we found we did nothing wrong.
Ava from his channel once the controversy went public, many people started believing that MrBeast would do anything to protect his own image, which he did.
To be honest, I didn't really think too much of it because we just had like a lot of anime posters and things up, and it was an animated character that was clothed, obviously. And yeah, knowing what I know about Shadman now.
Yeah, it's still weird. It's still weird. Even with context removed, that just having that on the wall. Like, what are you doing?
It was a very weird.
That weird gooner mindset. It's passive. That's how bad it is.
Thing to buy.
This explanation, however, wasn't well received. Even if you didn't know who the artist was, having a photo like that in your house is still effing weird. And the nightmare only got worse as Nathan, another member of Ava's Discord server, came forward with new allegations against her and MrBeast.
Chris Tyson from
Her? What are we doing here?
MrBeast used me, manipulated me, and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old.
With more evidence coming out, Ava's reputation was slowly disintegrating, one leaked chat at a time.
To make matters worse, he was considering extending the Not Safe for Work channel to also cover gore, meaning he either intended to partake in or welcome the sharing of gore material, again, with minors.
The release of these...
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. I didn't know about the gore stuff. I looked into the situation. I missed that. Because there was just so much.
Chat logs were controversial as Nathan's character came into question, with people alleging that many of his claims were false. Regardless, the chat logs were real, as were the many inappropriate things Ava shared with minors on there.
I always say this, Discord and Twitter are some of the biggest reasons why YouTubers and just content creators overall get exposed. Because of their server or because of, Twitter interactions. They have mental crash.
Just have rules, man. And just actually have a community of cool things happening with cool people instead of the degenerate shit.
Shouts and stuff. That is why I don't have a Twitter. That is why I don't have a Discord. If you look back at the history,
I have both of those things, but I use it correctly.
Of so many people's downfalls, it all started because of Twitter. They couldn't stop tweeting, or they couldn't stop being freaks on Discord. These messages were insane.
But when it comes to Sunny V2, many people agree that he was right about MrBeast. The man predicted the future, got bashed by everyone online. He didn't apologize. Then a year later, he came out on top. As in his original video, this was the solution Sunny provided Jimmy for the Ava issue.
The only clean solution should things go south might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable.
Which is quite scary in how close to reality Sunny's prediction hit. However, much of the hate that was directed towards Sunny turned out to be entirely baseless to begin with, as no one really talked about how Ava's transition would affect MrBeast's audience. Rather, everyone piled around with pitchforks looking to cancel Sunny for even having an opinion, but they couldn't cancel him because Sunny never responded. Speaks facts, gets called a madman, refuses to apologize, wins. And over time, as MrBeast has successfully phased Ava out of his...
Yeah, don't fucking apologize. Be a man. Take it on the chin and ride it out.
His channel, many people have expressed their delight at the...
out in a blaze of glory.
Decision.
I can now watch a MrBeast video in peace now.
Real. At the time, I used to watch MrBeast. It was a hard watch anytime Ava, Chris Tyson show up on screen. I would legitimately just turn that shit off. I'll be like, okay, I'm not.
Yep, that's how I was. I was watching MrBeast, at the beginning of COVID. The Ava Tyson stuff happened, and I was out.
I accidentally pressed 1. The house is like goodness. Where's your mannequin? Bathtub?
This blimp crashes and I die. You guys could just use ZipRecruiter to find a new job.
That'll make it so much easier. Thanks, I don't man. like this conversation.
Now, honestly, shout out to Sunny V2. He's a real gangster. He's a real gangster for not backing down. And here's the thing, guys. I'll let you guys in into a little secret. No one could cancel you in the Big 26, all right? Well, truth be told, it never worked. The only person...
Even if you do bad shit, even if you do actual cancelable shit, it doesn't work anymore. It just makes you stronger. You can do things like support terrorism openly. The president can even mention that you support terrorism, and still nothing happens.
If you cancel yourself, it's you. It's if you stop uploading, it's if you give up, or it's if you start addressing everyone and responding to every single little thing that people are saying about you online. Once you know this little life hack, legitimately, the only person that could stop you is you. I respect Sunny for not backing down. He got hate from everyone. Years later, it turned out he was right. I gotta respect that. I want to be like Sunny V2 when I grow up.
Everyone has changed their perception about Jimmy, who was once a role model for every aspiring content creator, but has now become a corporate sellout in the eyes of many people. Even though all this could have still happened regardless.
Not in the eyes of so many people. It actually happened.
Of the Ava Tyson.
It was really evident when he started working with places like Amazon
drama, it just goes to show that Sunny V2 was in fact right about MrBeast.
I do remember at some point it became super popular to hate on Sunny V2, and I get it, you know, trends happen, people jump on the bandwagon, and now everyone hates you.
Nah, fuck that. I was on board with Sunny V2 the whole time.
Just a day
I have so many Sunny V2 reactions. Dude, I miss it.
ago, they were your fans. Now because some idiots made a video on you, now everyone hates you. I get it, that's the internet. I'm sure there's things you could criticize him for. I'm not saying that every single video he ever made was cinema or perfect, but in my opinion, I think he did more good than bad. Now, once again, am I saying that he was the greatest YouTuber of all time? No. But I think he was overhated. And I don't know where Sunny V2 is, but I hope he's doing well, and, you know, he made bank out of this. I'm sure he's laughing at all the people that were hating on him. It's one thing to be critical and be like, well, I don't agree with this Sunny, and I don't agree with this Sunny, but it's a whole different thing to just hate on the guy because he was transphobic over a helicopter joke, because he called out Ava Tyson and what trouble it could bring to the MrBeast company. He was just sharing his opinion, and that's something that we all do, and if you like it, that's great, and if you don't, well, there's like a million other channels that you could go and watch. But yeah, W Sunny V2, look how the tables have turned.
Massive day for the unemployed. The Dean Withers files just dropped, and oh boy, this
everybody was talking about
storm.
this.
Just in, White Dudes for Harris co-founder and DNC TikTok darling Dean Withers is being accused of sexual assault by multiple men who claim he took advantage of them when they were underage.
You're gay!
Yo, that's crazy.
Don't know who this dude is? Lucky you. Basically, he's one of these political commentators who's best known for getting Charlie Kirked.
Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
We are Charlie Kirk.
Pretty impressive vocals, but those are now two bands back to back.
Are you going to tell me that yet another...
Didn't an emo chick sing about how she wants somebody to Charlie Kirk Dean Withers? That's fucking crazy. Yeah, let's not do that.
Male feminist turns out to be a pervert? Believe victims from Pokemon. I would feel bad, but Dean and people like him have spent years intentionally misrepresenting and misunderstanding things. I hate to say it, but I'm actually glad this is happening. Leftists are finally facing the same reputation destruction they used to control discourse for years.
And we said it would happen. We said it. We called it the whole time. Guess what?
And then
Suffer bitch!
Suffer bitch!
Asmongold's Frogan. So we believing victims this time at Dean. Dean Withers faces unverified assault claims from a fake account. Withers calls the accusation baseless, tracing them to a fake Emily profile that stole photos from an Australian minor who has disavowed the posts, and the account vanished after scrutiny. Right-wing Twitter has decided to peddle a false allegation against me all over the timeline, and he posts a video of the girl's explanation,
saying that someone's impersonating me and using my photos to accuse someone.
I thought we were supposed to believe all women. Are we not believing all women? Are we done with that?
Dean Withers of assault. This was the picture someone put in my TikTok comments, and this was the picture I posted on Instagram. Same with here, this was posted in July, and now I find this 4 days ago on TikTok. On this photo, you can see there's a little scribble at the top of the screen. This is because, as you can see in the next photo, that's where the lyrics were in my Instagram.
This doesn't even need to be said, but using a minor to spread fake allegations is a f***ed up thing to do, and it's terrible. And I think a lot of people were willing to overlook this fact because they don't like Dean Withers. But
yeah, I kind of don't. I don't give a shit.
The reason why a lot of people were rejoicing over this,
because you know what?
Suffer bitch!
Because Dean Withers allegedly has accused other people without any evidence himself. Asmongold's Frogan again. Out of respect for Dean, we should believe all victims without evidence, because this is exactly what he tells us to do.
You work with kids. How do you feel about Donald Trump admitting exploiting women and kids on Howard Stern's radio show in 2005, and being credibly accused in the Epstein file of doing things to a kid?
And you're accused too. So what does that have to do with anything?
What? Why would you say that?
You're getting.
He was like real defeated over this. He was tearing up. He was sad, man. Like, I kind of feel bad for the kid. Just
You're gay. You're gay.
What I'd say if I had empathy, because holy moly, I don't care.
Okay, because guess what? It's not a f***ing vape. It's an anxiety pin.
Again, this kid's a clown, but this is too far. That doesn't even really need to be said.
From you guys to please report any videos you see with my pictures in it, and please note that I am a minor, and I gave nobody permission to use my photos online for these.
And of course, in true TikTok,
we shouldn't be letting minors just be posting photos.
brain fashion, he made a response in the short form content, so let's give it a watch.
This is the most serious video I've ever made. A Trump supporter stole the identity of an innocent 13-year-old girl to falsely accuse me of with supporting evidence poorly botched fake DMs in an attempt to illegitimately deplatform.
Again, I'm not even American. I don't care. Left wing, right wing, they're both on the same bird. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Regardless of your politics, everybody can agree that using a real minor in this case is terrible and cringe.
As we speak, not all, but millions of Republicans across the internet have continued to knowingly peddle this false allegation and could what only be described as an attempt to get me or to get me to self, leading to the police calling me, informing me of a bomb threat.
Yo, I wonder what he thinks about the whole Charlie Kirk situation.
Yo, this escalated quickly, Jesus. The internet is making this—
Yeah, he's pulling the quartering. My life is in danger, you monsters. Stop saying mean things about me online.
This dude out to be the boy who cried wolf, because now they're like, damn, Dean, now you know how these allegations feel and how life-ruining they can be.
Let's unpack this. First and foremost, this TikTok account under the name of Emily accused me of They posted this fake DM to prove their allegation. The account posted 2 screenshots of the same fake DMs, for the purpose being that in the second screenshot, they're scrolled further down the page to also include my response. We know that they're fake because in the
I don't believe them. Seems real to me.
First screenshot above their message, there is an included date and time. The only explanation for this inconsistency is that the screenshots are... The account also claimed to be a young girl, posting many photos such as these to make their allegations seem more believable. This girl is not accusing me of... She had her identity stolen by this account. She made a video to clear this.
Kinda remind me of the video Walter made.
Yeah, I bet that he paid her to make an AI-generated video, because that's just something that Leftoids do. I don't believe him.
Even in light of the fact that this allegation is obviously fake, not only hurting me as the victim of them, but also the innocent little girl whose identity was stolen to make them, many Trump supporters haven't cared. MAGA influencers like the older millennial Asmongold and thousands of others have continued to peddle these false allegations across social media so hard to the point that for the last 48 hours,
like, I'm not even MAGA. Like, it's insane.
Straight, this has been a top news story on Twitter.
Irony of you crying about false accusations while you put my screenshot up, accusing me of saying you did it. The screenshot of my post specifically says you were accused, which you were.
Oh my god, he put Tectone over retard. That's great.
Also, blocking out the word and we have chat screenshots of you used to drop the N-word. Hilarious. Oh, brother.
Amassing over 50,000 posts of mostly Republicans calling me a racist. For those, some even on the right, that have made videos.
How do you know they're Republicans? How do you know? Did you individually check their profiles and their bio says they're Republicans? Or is just everybody who's giving you hate automatically a Republican? Because let me tell you, I hate you, and I'm not a Republican.
Condemning these false allegations. Thank you. You know who you...
He needs to take a hit of that anxiety pad, dude. Stop. Dean is guilty. Believe the woman no matter what. Dean. Like, you might not like what this guy says, but like contacting his local police force is very cringe.
Hey, I'm getting transferred over to the office.
Once again, I don't feel bad for him, and another, arrest the people that are doing that. That's fucking insane.
Right now.
It's an old Chinese saying, you know, 2 wrongs don't make a white. Wait, you don't like fake allegations now? Okay, do calling Trump a pile. Welcome to Karma, Dean. It's not about me. It's about you guys fully endorsing stealing the identity of a minor to peddle false allegations against an influential man. She's been getting harassed and attacked in the name of your war of payback on the left. Even though he's sort of dodging the guy's question, he does have a point. And albeit, while I haven't seen anybody endorsing the behavior of the dude who made that, and again, that's the thing, I feel like it doesn't need to be said. I think everyone's on the same page that a dude who's
Yep, that's why nobody's saying that. Because it doesn't need to be said.
Literally stealing the identity of a minor to peddle false allegations is a piece of shit. Like, this isn't a mystery. And again, people like Asmongold aren't endorsing this behavior. They're just saying, Dean, you're known to obfuscate things. Dean gets emotional after arguing with someone about the allegations.
Wrong. I proved it wrong by showing that the DMs were fake. You.
And listen, it can
no,
be
no,
fake.
No. Did I show? Shut up.
Oh, he's getting real felted, buddy. He's getting real emotional. Don't do that. You can't get emotional, buddy. You can't do that.
Did I show that the DMs were fake?
Give me a little anxiety pen, all right?
Answer the question. Yes, I am. I am getting loud.
Anxiety pen comments are crazy.
In telling me that I vape, Cody, I need you to hear me when I say this. I don't vape. You are accusing a victim of domestic violence of somebody after I've proven that they're completely fake.
He's got to throw in that virtue signal. That's why nobody likes you, bro. You don't even realize how retarded and insane you are. Because you think you're the greatest. Just so fucking narcissistic. I hate these people, man. I hate them. Deport them.
Right? You're a victim because you're on the receipt.
Like onions, there are layers to this
Keep running from.
Why would you do this? Welcome into You Support Trump?
Yo, you're
fuck yeah.
All right, that's it for the night. Peace, love, goodbye.
Why are we still here?
What a pussy.
You're gay! Just to suffer.
Dean Withers having a false sexual assault allegation made against him does not mean that you should not believe victims moving forward. The Believe All Victims movement does not mean that you have to believe people who are clearly lying.
But again, this is TikTok.
Yeah, we know.
Cuckoo land. In the real world, it's innocent until proven guilty. And while you should believe victims, as in, take allegations seriously, but you should also at the same time support a fair investigation and don't abandon all reasoning, context, and evidence.
If it shows up on social media, I take nothing seriously. Settle it in court, and we'll talk after. Until then, it's all memes, baby.
They're trying their best. They're trying their best. They're really trying their best.
He is clearly visibly bothered by this, and he's essentially feeding the trolls, which is why they're gonna keep pushing. Story time! Back in the day, someone on Twitter accused me of They said that I'm a landlord and I'm exploiting my tenant for and all I said was, news to me, I'm a landlord. Maybe I'm straight up a sociopath, but the allegations were so obvious.
Dude, I can't wait until I'm famous enough to get allegations thrown against me, because I ain't done shit my entire life.
Honestly, fake, I doubt anybody who watches this dude took them seriously and changed their opinion on him. Like, he was better off just saying, you got me. Subscribe if you hit your anxiety pen every single day and it's not a vape. But unfortunately, we ran out of time for today's video.
Oh no! That's all we got. Suffer, Dean.
Suffer, bitch!